I should say I have updated us to version 3.0.3 for D&D 5e, and please let me know if anything looks weird, or if anything acts weird, or if something that you should have isn't there, or something that you want to have isn't there, and we can make adjustments.
Right, so if it's like a Bethesda game and I start falling through the floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just let me know, and we will figure it out as best as we can. That way, we can make things playable. But that being said, if anyone is interested in earning a point of DM inspiration. But first, we got to look at David. David has raised his hand. Was that an accidental H press?
No, I did that on purpose. I'm going to be snarky in two ways. One, Matthew is being weird, and two, we're going to finger it out.
Yeah, we're going to...
That seems a little... I don't know, a little aggressive there.
I'm being weird?
Just in general. I'm not calling you out on anything. I was trying to be snarky.
Matthew,
like, you're weird, I'm weird, we're all weird, because we're all here playing D&D on a Friday night.
Mm-hmm. 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 Well,
I'm sorry. This is my terrible attempt at humor. I am having an off week. I'm sorry, guys.
You're absolutely okay. Absolutely okay. Well, let us get back into it here. If you are interested in earning DM inspiration, please give us a recap roll into chat. You might just need it in the battle to come.
Get those ones out of the way. Holy fuck, Knuckles.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I see a 1 going once, going twice. Sold to Game in the Glaive. Gaiman, give us a recap of our previous session.
So, right, like, we cut off the head, well, not we, I cut off the head of Shrikni, the bear barbarian king, lord, leader of the pack, whatever you want to call him, and was able to help the reindeer get out of their situation of being actively stalked and killed, and helping their leader avenge the death of his mate. And we, weighing our options, and we figured, well, now that we've cut off the head of the snake, we can head on back, see what we might be able to do as far as persuading the wormlings to our side, or at least get them to agree to remain neutral and then in the upcoming fight, and see how that goes. We did not win them over, despite my best attempts at persuading them. Predator to predator is kind of how I thought might be the best way to approach it. Avlis has got an interesting perspective on things, I've got to say, and I mean that in the nicest way possible, because I've heard, what I say, things are interesting if when I've said stupid shit in the past, so I'm not humouring Avlis, but I used his, his deities, perspectives on balance and ecosystems, and tried to make a case to the wormlings that they should join us to maintain the balance, the equilibrium of the north, and they took it as a sign that they needed to go out and do their own thing, perhaps seek out their mother and learn at her knee, which is a little concerning. After they jogged on, noticed a couple of likely golems, door guards, what you want to call them, and I figured the best way to deal with that is, chuck them off a cliff. So that was fun. But we took care of the guards at the door, made our way in. We found the magical brazier that we were looking for. Realized we had to wriggle our way out of it, and managed to have the floor fall away from out underneath us. But you never know when you're going to need Featherfall. Good thing we had Featherfall, because otherwise that would have been bad luck, all of us being, a thin paste on the floor. So now we've got a sorceress we inadvertently woke up, and a bunch of ghostly wizards who are pissed off that we let their prisoner out, which we didn't fucking do. No idea what the deal is with this new lady, Kalia Nassa, or some such. Don't know whether she's good or evil, or whether it's all a misunderstanding. But, yeah. This might be an ugly fight.
Absolutely. Please take your point of DM inspiration. Yeah, I just looked in the chat. When you said you don't have a clock anymore, Akia, you don't have simple calendar?
If that is what it is called.
The clock that's here in game?
Yes. Should I reload?
If you go to journal, the journal tab on the bottom left, do you see a square that says simple calendar?
The journal tab on the bottom left.
On the left-hand side of your monitor, do you see a ribbon that says journal notes? It's in the control squares.
Got it. I got it.
See it?
Uh-huh.
Dope. Okay. All right, everyone. We have awarded a point of DM inspiration, but you might need some factspirations. So, you got to scroll up to see exactly how I worded this. The Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign for this week. The question. It has been turned into a feature film in the 1990s. What actor plays your character? But before we get into that, David, what's up?
All right. I'm sorry about keep raising my hand. I swear this is not me being funny, but the sheet is not letting me edit it, and I've messed around with toggling it. Like, I've got the resources there that I usually have, but it's not letting me edit.
Like how many resources you have?
Well, I know how to adjust that count, but I've got enough. But, like, I had a spot for DM Inspiration and Factspiration before the upgrade, and it's not showing up. It's just tracking my Stone's Endurance, my Rage, and my Javelin count.
Okay. Very strange. Okay.
Yeah, mine's not
I
actually
know,
allowing me.
that's why I was wanting to raise my hand and be like, this is sort of idiosyncratic, but
Maybe try unlocking your sheet first.
yeah, I tried it both ways and it's still doing it. I'll try restarting.
I actually can't edit my resource count.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ignore it though. I'm fine.
Okay. I will have to write down that is not working and see if I can find some fixes for the 5e resources for us. I'll write that down. Okay. All right, y'all. Fact inspiration question. Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign has been turned into a feature film in the 1990s. What actor plays your character? Let us go down to the bottom, and we're going to start with Akia. Akia, who's playing your character in the movie?
This feels like a less interesting answer. I'm just gonna say Brent Spiner, the person who played Data from Star Trek.
How can you say less interesting? That's like perfect, man. That's what I was thinking.
I don't know any actors at all and their names.
I mean, you got one.
Yeah, so
I mean,
there you go.
You can't get more iconic for like someone who's played a non-human.
Yeah, but it's like
okay, Spock.
It's like the
Better
obvious.
Nimoy.
It's like the most obvious answer, I guess, to me.
It's the most
so it feels...
correct.
All right. Well, okay, I feel better about it then. But that's my answer, Brent Spiner.
Excellent. All right, we're gonna compare and contrast the cast of this film to the cast that we had for the Odyssey of the Dragonlords campaign from last night. So I'm interested to see how it stacks up.
That was
Okay.
a pretty epic cast.
It was. We got Sigourney for it, so that it's going to be a good movie. Okay.
Interesting. Who? I'm sorry. I need to stop interrupting. Shutting up.
So we got Brent Spiner playing Akia. Who is going to play Ivalice? Who's going to play Lotus in the feature film of Rime and the Frostmaiden?
Well, interesting thing considering, Lotus / Ivalice is originally from Earth in big quotation marks. It's like, she probably would have seen many of those movies growing up, and I imagine, she would probably even be thinking this as well. She remembers a movie that her mother took her to see, The Fifth Element, and I could imagine Lotus being played very well by Mila Jovovich.
Okay.
Multipass?
Yes.
I can see that. I think that would work out well.
I mean, Lotus does bring the big bada boom, No?
Oh, man.
Indeed, she does.
Okay, so we got Mila Jovovich. We got Brent Spiner in the film. Okay. So if we are going to see who is playing Alicia in this version of the Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign in the 90s.
I'm not really a movie buff, so doing a Google search of popular actresses in the 90s and scrolling down the list, the one that at least looks kind of close to what I think a live action Alicia would be is Eliza Dushku.
Oh my gosh, okay.
That's how- I think that's how it's pronounced. Yeah, that's what I got.
I
Just
think it
going
would
off
work well.
looks.
Mm-hmm. She's got the attitude. I think it would work perfectly. Please take your Faxpiration, and if the other two haven't taken Faxpiration, please make sure you add those to your character sheets. All right.
Throw in the white wig. Perfect.
Perfect. Exactly. Give her the Halle Berry treatment from X-Men 1. We're good to go. Well, I guess, Gibby, you get to answer twice here.
Yeah.
So Alice in Calanesia.
For the first one, I don't think there's really any other option but Billy Zane, because he's a cool dude. So that would be Avalis. He has the right eyebrows and cheekbones required. Then for Kalianasa, not that she was much of an actress, but I based her look off Adriana Lima. So that is who was technically a Victoria's Secret model in 1999. So just beats the cutoff.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. But, model turned actress. So who knows if she'll act well. But as long as she brings her accent, it'd be fine.
There we go. We'll overdub her lines.
Yeah. I've been badly dubbed.
I'm being killed by my own esophagus here with the coughing. Please take your point of Faxpiration.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, who is going to play Game in the Glaive in the big screen adaptation of Rime of the Frostmaiden?
So the character would have to be aged up, because in the 90s he was not a young man. He was basically starting his second career after a professional footballer, but Vinnie Jones.
I'm going to have to remind myself. Vinny. Oh my gosh. Yes. And then you would have to deliver the I'm a juggernaut, or I'm the juggernaut bitch, and it would be perfect.
I'm sure that could be worked out.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to decide which person who gains the faxpiration
Oh
today.
no. You know what? I'm gonna give it to I would give it to Avalis, but I think I'm gonna give it to the newbie.
I like it. I like it. Well, we've all been awarded with faxpiration. I've got a note here that I need to look into resources and why those might not be working. But for right now, I need to take us under the cave. The spirits, so long ago, charged with protecting the tomb of the buried witch, have awakened to see these trespassers. A blue, glowing metal man, a dragonborn, covered in Netherese script, glowing white hot, and of course, the awoken witch at the front of her casket. The mage spirits drifting in and out of the ethereal plane all point their fingers to you all. And in a unified voice, they say, "Explain why you have freed the witch."
All right. Akia's ice, frost, rime would be growing across them, and they would say, "I was so close to finding out something. People of chanting at me, trying to eat me. I get close to a flame, to some answers. The floor drops out from under me, and then you accuse me of messing with your box fails, and you blame me." And then he's going to attack.
Okay. They see that you are gunning for him. So the 5 spirits will roll into initiative.
Alicia, you'd be able to tell Kia's not in the right mind.
I figured. It was just probably too late to act on anything.
Oh, Ash, you're very cute, but you can't stand there. Sorry, buddy.
Gaiman looks back at Avalis and he'll mutter, "I thought I had the anger issues."
So did I. Oh, Alice coming up strong.
Okay, let's look at how the initiative order has shaken out here. It appears as Maximinimus has won the
Use
initiative
DM
order.
to steal.
Are you asking if you could use DM inspiration to steal in the first round?
Oh, you can't do that?
No.
Are you asking to do that?
Yes, I am.
Because I don't believe you can do that.
Yeah,
okay.
We kind of ruled it to be pretty cheap to be able to do that. You can use it to gain advantage to roll your initiative with, but stealing at the very beginning was pretty cheap.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's Maximinus. He says, in unison with his brothers, "The metal man has chosen to attack. We must halt them from their further transgressions." They are going to target the metal man, Akia. Yeah, they're going to cast a spell upon you. Using their wizarding spells, they're going to attempt to use telekinesis upon you.
All right. All right, so I need to make a strength throw.
That is very weird. It should have prompted you to do that. So it's a ability check. So it's your strength contested by their intelligence to see if they can move you around. So let me make a spell casting check. Okay, they rolled a 20.
Wow. I just had 7 dice fly across the screen. All right.
I also had 6 or 7 dice. I think it was every single of your dice.
All of our dice are rolling.
Everybody's dice, yeah.
Okay, I will write this down as a thing that is happening to us that we don't want to happen.
I forget. Do you have a reaction on your if you haven't had a turn yet?
You have your reaction if you're not surprised.
Okay, and I will use. If it meets it, then it cancels it out, right?
It's like a DC.
Okay, I will use my reaction to boost myself up to a 20.
Okay, so you are not lifted up into the air.
As my last one.
Okay, as a bonus action, the wizard will use their transmute ability. They are not going to cast Alter Self. They are just going to change the benefits of their transmuter stone. And they are going to remain where they are. They will pass to another one of their wizarding friends, Thrashius. All right, Thrashius is simply going to wave a hand and make themselves invisible.
Do I see them casting this spell?
Yes.
All right, I would like to burn my reaction in a 3rd level spell slot. First time I really get to bring this out. I will counter spell.
All right. Their spell
So it's
is
like I
immediately
see him
turned
like
on.
here, and I just point at him, and sort of taking after my mother, I just sort of wag my finger and just say, "No."
Okay, they are not invisible. Thrashius will say, and the rest of his wizarding friends will say in unison, "They are spellcasters." And this echoes out across the room. And they will pass to Eutropius. All right. As a bonus action, he says, "I shall summon help from our fallen undead brothers." As he will use a bonus action to summon undead. And he will summon 5 skeletons. Let me drop those skeletons that seem to fill the room.
Feel free to clump them all together.
Oh, you. Okay, hold on.
No.
We'll make these this. Alrighty, here we go. Skeletons. And we will put... And let me just read it, make sure. Appear in unoccupied spaces within 60 feet. Alright, he is going to plop these skeletons down. He's going to put one next to Avalis.
Once again, I'm in melee.
He's going to put a skeleton next to Kumaku, aka Alicia. He's going to put a skeleton right next to these three individuals right here. He's going to put a skeleton here, and he's going to put a skeleton right here. All right, that is his bonus action to summon a bunch of skeletons. He is going to use an action to dodge. After dodging and summoning a bunch of skeletons, he will then pass it to Akia, because it seemed like Akia wanted to throw some hands.
All right. This was the one talking, right, over here?
Correct. Maximinius.
All right, Akia's going to charge at them.
All right. You are in this square, correct? So you take
Correct.
two opportunity attacks.
Yes.
All right, here is one. That's a miss. Oh my gosh, so many dice. And that's a nat 20. So as you begin running away, you feel the sting of the skeleton sword into your back.
Okay, let me... Oh, it's the one furthest on the right. Is that... The damage application was just a little different. Alright, as I walk over and get slashed in the back, it's gonna start mending itself as my bonus action. And then I'm going to start punching this guy here, saying, "It's not my fault. Your box malfunctioned. You didn't make it right. Don't blame me." And start punching them.
It's the poor workman who blames his
Oh,
tools.
so many dice. And punch him again.
Right, a 26 will hit. Right, makes his Constitution saving throw. 17 will hit this wizard. Does not make his Constitution saving throw and loses concentration on telekinesis.
All right, and then have they gone yet? Do I need to pick someone? Okay, yeah, they did telekinesis. I will pass to. Is there someone that wants it in particular?
Take it.
Yeah, I'll pass to Alicia. I imagine Q came down and landed on you again since they were on you up top.
Light gathers in Alicia's hand, and grasping their holy symbol, they yell out, "Enough!" and is going to cast Turn Undead.
Okay. All right, let's see how these skeletons do. Wolf. That is Not gonna fly for the skeletons.
So many dice.
They all
Oh, yeah.
fail.
They all fail, all taking 30 points of damage. So he summoned the skeletons. The skeletons are all gone.
Or if you see my whisper.
Yes. And I believe you're not actually affected by that because you don't have the undead tag. So you are not immediately scorched for 30 points of damage.
Yeah, that's good.
But if this was like a different game, like Pathfinder, you might have been scorched for 30 points of damage. Okay.
That is my action. Alicia moves up and says, I do not know what you have accused us of. The only thing we did was come down here on accident. I suggest you lower your hands or I will deliver you to whatever afterlife you belong to. By the grace of the Morning Lord. I also like to use a bonus action to understand if anything else about these particular targets.
Absolutely.
Scouter.
Oh, that is an 18. What would you like to know about these creatures?
I'm assuming they're undead, but just like any is there a certain limit of stuff I can know? I can't remember.
You can ask one question.
Okay. Resistances.
These creatures have no resistances.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, that's it for me. Action, bonus action, movement. I'll pass it over to the new girl.
All right. Take it away.
All right, she looks at all of her captors and kind of lets out a little laugh and is like, the architects of my centuries-long slumber deign to grace us with their presence. How quaint that even in death you cling to the illusion of control. But you are not the only one with friends. And she raises her arms up, and the shadows start to kind of coalesce as some of the torches go out, just for color. And somebody is summoned. Oh, I don't have... Oh, there it goes. And you guys see a dragon appear that is a wormling, but made completely out of shadow. And that is all she can do, because for now. And she will pass to a fellow spellcaster. She'll pass to Lotus.
All right. Let's see here. All right. You guys seeing this here? Lotus looking at them and say, like, well, what's a party without little fireworks? So I'll go ahead and spend my final 3rd level spell slots. Let's go ahead and drop down a grenade here. I'll go ahead and bop it up in the corner here so we can get these 3 guys over here on the right.
Oh, here comes a bunch of wolf. They have all failed.
Alright, so that is my last 3rd level spell slot. I do still have 2 4th level ones I haven't used yet. Go tweak that template. Loop. Alright, I don't like us all being bunched up together, so I'll go ahead and spend my movement. I'll go ahead and back up some. I guess we'll say, still want to kind of be within view of everybody, so I'll just go ahead and bop over here. Let's see here. And I guess if any of the other guys left were caught in that, they have the opportunity to steal.
And yes, answering a question here. So, Gibby, it looks like your familiar takes its turn immediately before or after your turn each round.
Yes, I just didn't know if the turn I summon him, I get to act. Like, should he go now, or does he
Yes.
wait until the top of the round? You know, when I go next.
We can have him go now. That is not a problem.
Okay, then he shall do so. And I'm gonna fly all the way over here. Oh, maybe I'm gonna attempt to fly over here. Oh.
Let me just get rid of those walls.
All right, I'll fly over here instead. And I will attempt to bite Maximus. 15.
That is a hit.
All right, so that is it for him. Sorry, back to you guys.
Okay. So we had some guys get injured there. So I will have Zodicus steal. All right, Zodicus is not liking this, how this situation has been rolling out so far. So he is going to drop a little spell upon you all. Let's see, what would be the best use of this spell? I think it will be kind of like this. He's going to catch 3 of you within a spider's web as it emerges from the ether. Each creature that starts its turn or that enters during its turn must make a dexterity save or be restrained in the sticky web. So it's not something that happens now, but at the start of your turn. As this happens, Zodicus will kind of float down in this direction. And then as a bonus action, Zodicus is going to summon an elemental. And Homeboy is going to summon an earth elemental. Did you just say hot?
Maybe.
It takes its turn immediately after the conjure. It lasts for 1 hour. Okay. So he will summon an earth elemental, and he's going to summon it right here. Boop.
It's an earth elemental. They're so hot right now.
And he takes his turn immediately after the conjurer. Okay. It will take its turn, because that's his action and its bonus action. Lotus, this earth elemental appears from the rocks, and it's going to attempt to make 2 slam attacks upon you.
All right.
Slam 1.
Yep, that will hit. Even my shield couldn't prevent that.
So we see this creature appear, and it bonks Lotus on top of the head, and then it will slam again.
All right, that one will miss.
All right. And Lotus has already gone this turn. So the next wizard will go. Genadus. All right, let's see what they got here. They got some good shit. Okay. But what they are going to do, just make sure. All right, he is going to make some arcane burst attacks. So it's going to fire its first arcane burst at our friend Akia. All right, here comes Akia, arcane burst. Missing, I believe.
Yep.
It'll fire its second at the dragon that just appeared. Missing. And then it gets to fire 3 times, so it'll fire its third at Alicia. Missing. Okay, this guy is going to slowly kind of back up to here. Starting to slide around. All right, they will pass to Avilis. Avilis, you're starting your turn in the web.
Okay, so that's a dex save.
Yes.
Okay.
DC
some target.
16.
Okay. Dex 6, dex save. Yeah, he's good. So he's going to move out of that. And he is gonna cast. I can't get 3 of them in Fireball, so that might be a waste of a Fireball. But he can pen 2 of them in, and he's gonna do Wall of Fire around the 2 guys. Well, I'll just do it. Cast that. So Wall of Fire, I think, automatically does a line template, but I want to do a circle template. I don't know how to do that.
So when it appears, we can delete the line, and then we can use the marker tool. I think you guys have permission to marker.
So we'll get rid of that. Once I figure out how. Oh, thank you, sir. Okay, marker. Drawing tools. Let me look at this. All right, spell. A ring 20 feet in diameter. Okay. So I think that's about 20 feet. There. You can align that to the grid however it needs to go, I guess. Like that.
So there's a ring of fire that now
and
pops
the
into-
damage, the badness is on the inside of the ring, obviously.
All right, so they both need to make a dex save. Oh my gosh. Okay, so they both are going to take 13 points of damage.
And they can't see out of it, so they're anything that requires sight. Haha. And Avilis will. He doesn't like to go into melee, but he's going to go into melee with this specter, and then he will pass to Gaiman.
All right, Gaiman, you are up.
So is this just a straight roll against the web, or would like the barbarian danger sense come into play at all?
You do see it coming because it does appear, so you would have advantage on the dex save.
Okay. It's just because at this point it's a static effect, not like I'm trying to roll out of the way of like a line of fire or something. Like it's landed and it was like after the fact. I'm trying to like step nimbly out of it, sort of deal.
Right. But yes, let's see here. All right, Gaiman is good. It is just difficult terrain for you.
Okay. I'll take it. I will got my whip in hand. I will bonus action rage. No, I will not, because I will have to. I can't remember if I whispered to my whip last time the command word "in fuego" to set it alight. So I will do that now, and so I will not raging. Just try and do something about. Oh wait, all these guys are alive. All right, never mind.
Now, moving through the web is difficult terrain, if that matters for you.
Yeah. I think it's calculating it. But the whip is a reach weapon, and I will target this guy wearing what looks to be a fez, and I'm going to whip the problem.
Whip it good.
All right, rolling to the bottom here. A 24 definitely hits Maximinus. He is bloodied.
All right, and then I'll do it again because of extra attack.
An 8 or a 12 will miss.
Okay, then I miss. I'm gonna keep a hold on that Faxpiration for something else. I guess he steals going into the new round.
He will. Alright, Maximinus with steel. So his telekinesis has dropped. So instead of doing that any longer, he's going to do something else. He is going to cast the slow spell.
Okay, may I attempt to counterspell?
Of course.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and I still have 4th level, so I'm going to attempt to bump that up to 4th level.
All right, your counterspell goes off, and I believe because it was a 3rd level or lower, it fizzles. His spell not able to activate.
And once again, just like my mother, I just look at him sternly and just wag my finger just so... No.
Okay, and let's see. He gets his transmute back, but is there any point to doing that? Yes, he will transmute, losing proficiency in con saves, but gaining a resistance to damage. All right. All right, he is kind of in the thick of things here. So he will end his concentration on slow. And he will go ahead and pass things off Eutropius, who will stop dodging. And, he's got some options here. All right, he's going to drop a big dick spell because he sees there's all this shit going on. He is going to go ahead and drop a circle of death. As he says,
what?
The witch cannot be freed. So he's going to drop a circle of death. And he is going to... Hold on, I need to scroll out my browser here.
Just covers the entire room.
So he's going to take it, and he's going to drop it right about here. So he can get most of his homies out of it. So I'm going to need a con save against 30 points of death damage. I guess he could put it so that it still gets Alicia as well.
I'm going to go ahead and spend my Faxpiration here.
Oh my gosh, gaming got a nat 20. Ooh, the elemental did not do so nice.
Don't think that's enough for the 16.
And sadly, the wall of fire goes away because that took a shit ton of damage.
This is becoming a wizard fight, 100%.
And
You guys
then
are throwing spells at each other.
one more con save. Which I can't roll till all these dice go away.
If it becomes a big issue, I can turn dice so nice off everybody.
Yeah, probably.
I think we may need to. This with the glitch where it's like rolling again after the fact, it's I don't know.
All right, we're gonna hold for 1 second as I reset. So this glitch does not happen when I'm logged in solo, but it does happen when everyone is logged in. I'm gonna have to ask the Dice So Nice people why this happening.
Alicia, you do notice Kuma Q dies on your shoulder.
You guys might also see that Kalinasa takes very little damage from that. Not only just because she's saved, I mean, obviously.
Was it it was a save for half, or was it a save or suck?
It is a save for half on Circle of Death.
Okay.
It's like a very much an emo version of
And just to make sure, my fact expiration bumped that up to 16. Is that fail or success for me?
If it bumps it up to a 16 or higher, you succeed, only taking half damage.
Okay. I'm gonna take half of that.
Avalis, you notice the creature standing next to you, Zodicus, appears to be immune to necrotic damage. Alrighty, we will leave the dice alone for now. Eutropius, he dropped that Circle of Death upon the party, kind of damaging everyone to a certain extent. That was his action. He has no uses of his Summon Undead left. So he just kind of got to stay put for now. Or you know what? He will move away, provoking an opportunity attack from Akia.
All right, do I have a reaction? Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I do. All right, didn't wanna cheat. Akia, I feel like seeing this person kill Kumakyu, they're gonna try and grab them. They're probably immune to grapples, but he's gonna attempt it. He's gonna try and grab them.
All right, I will make a contestant ability check. All right, you fail in your grapple attempt.
If I rolled a, let's see, that would be a 6, right?
So you need a 7 or higher.
Okay, I'm gonna go for it. Nope.
All right, they escape for now, and just about everyone can steal. Like, got hit with Circle of Death. So, who would like it?
All right. Would you guys be cool if I grabbed it?
Go ahead. Go for
So I
it.
can try to get, so I can try to get out of here. All right. Let's see here. All right. I'll go ahead and target the elemental dude in front of me. I do have it, so I can at least try to get away here. All right, then go ahead and attempt a shocking grasp on it.
Righty, let's see it.
12.
A 12 will miss the elemental. Your hand buckles against its girth and might.
All right, that's all right. Still need to here. Do not like being in melee with this thing, but I don't want to spend another spell slot yet. So I will go ahead and attempt to move away, which will provoke attack of opportunity. Damn! Once again, too high for my shields.
As you run away, the creature bangs you in the back of the head with its fist.
Right. Alright. And this. Do still have bonus action, so I want to sort of hang in the corner here for the moment. And got one left, so I'm going to go ahead and spend bonus action, chug a basic potion of healing. That'll burn the last one. Better than nothing. Back here. All right. And I guess since Avlis is in melee with the dude, and like here, I'll go ahead and pass to him.
Avalis, you are up.
Okay. Kirby Front. Do I have disadvantage if I cast a ranged spell if I'm in melee?
So it's any ranged attack in melee.
So like
Is there
fireball would be a
disadvantage?
disadvantage. Okay. Then-
Firebolt would be.
Oh, but fireball.
Fireball would be fine because you're forcing them to make a
Oh,
save.
it's an AoE. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're gonna fireball at 4th level those guys since there's 3 of them and they didn't like my wall of fire. So let's see if I can do that. Fireball. All right, not bad damage.
All right. So Genadius saves, only taking half the damage. But the other two take the full brunt of the 39 damage, and you see their spirits disappear as they are turned to ash.
And I will, as a bonus action, cast Shillelagh. Obviously, I'm not making an attack, but
Mm-hmm.
and that is it for Avalis. He's not going to run away, although he will pivot to this side because of that damn Earth Elemental. And he's hoping eventually Lotus will come to the other side of him. And he will pass to Akia unless
Will
somebody's
not.
stealing. Yep.
Genadus will steal as you just blew
Yeah.
him up. All right. Genadus looks at what is unveiling in front of him. All right. He is going to have to drop a sculpted explosion. And he is going to do a sculpted explosion of lightning. And he is going to drop it down because he can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people here. Oh my gosh, 53 damage. Okay,
Wow.
I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw as the evoker unleashes this
Jesus.
gigantic ball of lightning upon you.
9d8, sir. Insane.
I'm
What's
just
the
scribed
DC?
ahead. 16.
All right,
So-
I'm gonna burn my Faxpiration for that.
Because you have the barbarian ability, don't you have advantage on a dex save?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, I do.
Okay, Gaiman succeeds. Alicia succeeds. Ophidian, I don't know if they succeed.
With a 13, I don't think so.
Okay,
So what did I need? You said a 16?
a 16.
Yeah, it's not going to do it. So he, as quickly as he appeared, he disappears in a cloud of smoke.
So there's just this ball of lightning that just reverberates through the room. To those of you who succeed, I believe that's 26 damage.
All right, and Ezra is going to use an instant of Stone's Endurance to reduce how much damage he's taking. So half and then reduced by 11.
Damn, there we go. It's like nothing at all.
My witch ain't looking so hot now.
Her hair is all standing up on end. It's all staticky.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, this guy is his action to do a sculpted explosion. He doesn't have any bonus actions. He will start to move down towards his ally in this direction. Any of you who were caught in that explosion can steal.
Gaiman's going to take it unless somebody really, really wants it.
All yours?
All right, Gaiman, it's
All right.
all yours.
Okay. Gaiman, having been hit by this, is going to stare at the ringleader that he has been squaring off against, and he's going to say, "Normally, I'd let my mate take care of you, but this is now just too fucking much. I'm gonna fuck you up, bitch!" And he's going to rage, and he's just gonna bum rush him and just clobber him into the wall.
I want to see it. Let's see it. What happens here?
I don't get big. I guess that is something else that we need to fix.
Absolutely. So we'll fix that. And now you're triple sized.
I shouldn't be. I thought I was clicking it off. Anyway, we'll figure it out later. Anyway, I'm gonna rush up and I'm just gonna steamroll him into the wall. So I'll do an unarmed strike for my first attack.
Excellent. A 14 will hit this creature.
All right, and then I'm just gonna pinning him against the wall with the shield. I'm gonna headbutt him.
Oof. Okay, that one, the strike nails the wall but misses the target.
Gaiman is just so mad. He's just totally unfazed by this.
As the
but since I called a headbutt, do I need a roll to see if my Charlatan Crown is okay?
Give us a D20 because there might be something else that happens. Because magic items in the 5th Age of Magic are incredibly hard to break. Okay, you all feel the area around you shake as Gaiman's head hits the wall, as dust and cobwebs begin to cover the combatants on the field. Also, I think this web is gone. Because I believe the person who cast it was destroyed.
Nope, they're right there.
Yeah, he's still
right
alive.
there?
It's the guy by Avalis.
Just kidding. Okay, but for now, that is all that has happened. The area is filled with dust and cobwebs. All right.
That's movement, action, bonus. I'll pass to Akia.
All right. Bonus action is armor starts repairing, and action they're going to continue punching angrily.
Okay, let's see it. Your angry punch misses. Your angry punch hits.
And then they will pass to Kalianasa.
Alianasa, you're up. You're inside the web.
Yeah, I'll make a dex save, see if I can move. She cannot, so she'll just stay there, obviously, because she has no choice. But she will would have disadvantage on attacks, so I'm not going to do that now. So slight pivot. She will instead look at the web guy, Zodicus, and she will attempt to disorient him. He has to make a con save. Oh, yay. Okay. Yep. So the next action he takes, he'll have to roll a d6 and subtract the number. Oh, sorry, not action, attack roll.
Okay. He's been disorientated.
and pass to Alicia.
Now, if your familiar gets bamfed, can you
So-
just bring it right back?
So because of how he was summoned, because I did it with the little, no spell slot, no things, I had to wait 10 minutes before I can do that again.
Okay.
Or I can cast it with the spell slot and, incense and all that normal stuff. So I could, if I wanted to expend stuff.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, then it sounds like Alicia is up. Alicia, you said the thing, and then there's been a whole lot of other stuff that's happened.
Yep, Alicia is incredibly pissed off right now at pretty much everyone. But dealing with the threats in the room, is going to shoot a guiding bolt at one that's near death. First level, 20. One that's right here.
A 20 will hit, and they are destroyed by your energy.
Alright. Bonus action. Second level. I don't know this feature except previously. So spend a second level spell slot to summon a spiritual weapon. Right. Right there. Smacking that one for 12.
Absolutely. These spirits don't look like they are the hardiest of warriors, and your attacks are all making their way through.
Alright, that's it for me. I think that's it.
All right, we got to pass to the Zodicus. All right, Zodicus is going to be fighting here with Avilis. All right, they are going to do benign transportation as their bonus action. So the Conjurer is going to teleport up to 30 feet away from you. So it's going to teleport over to here. Then they're going to use their action here. They are going to shoot some arcane bursts at Avilis. And unfortunately enough, Avilis, you're their only target.
All right. They're made with a minus a d6.
Is it all of them or just the first one?
I think it's just the first one. Let me double check. On a failed save, whenever the target makes an attack roll before the end of my... Oh, it's everyone.
Okay, here we go. So, 1.
Miss.
And here's number 2. All right, roll
Ooh,
d6.
You can minus a 6, it would still hit. So.
Oh my gosh. And
yeah.
max damage roll.
Uh-huh.
And here's the number 3. That one misses.
Yeah, which is good, because Avilis ain't looking so hot either.
That was 2 max damage rolls in a row. 4
right.
10s in a row.
So that's Zodicus, and then he will pass to his Earth Elemental. The Earth Elemental will start moving his way this direction
Oh no!
towards Lotus. Just he'll make a slam attack against Lotus.
Yeah, once again, too high for my shield, so take that damage.
Lotus has just been being tracked down by this creature. Oh no! As a second slam attack hits Lotus.
And I'm unconscious.
As Lotus is brought under the blanket of consciousness. All right. Lotus, you are the last one damaged. Do you want to steal?
Say no.
Yeah, you don't want it.
No, I do not.
Since I was damaged, can I steal?
You could.
Yeah, I'll do that, and I'm gonna cast Wither and Bloom, which will heal Lotus and hurt the Earth Elemental 1 second. And I'm gonna, why not? I'm gonna upcast it to 3rd level.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right, so let's see what happens. That's obviously cast on the Earth Elemental and Lotus. So the creature has to make a con save, and he does. So he takes 7 points of damage. And Lotus, you can roll a hit die and regain the hit points plus 5. Oh, and then he takes 1d. Did it add the extra damage? Oh, I don't know why it did that. I don't know how to undo that.
So it said originally it was 3d6.
Oh, it said 3. Okay, good. Okay, perfect. So that was upcasted correctly. So yeah, you can do. So you can do another hit die if you want, and then plus
All
5.
right.
Oh, that's cool.
But she's at least conscious, and it does a little bit of damage.
All right, so 13. All right.
All right. Well, the Earth Elemental was just damaged.
And Avalis is going to. Does he think he's out of the attack range of the Earth Elemental? I guess he wouldn't know because he's never fought one before.
You know, because you've seen this thing. It's been swinging its arms around.
Yeah,
And,
does it have a 10-foot reach?
You get the feeling.
Sure does. Okay.
I'll make that as a visual representation.
Yep. Not gonna move. Okay, I'll just stay right there. Let me look real quick if I have for last chance for Avalis. Does he have a bonus action? Oh, you know what? He is going to face step because he is a freaking Eladrin. So knock one of those down, and he's gonna teleport 30 feet away from all of that madness over here. And I will pass to Lotus now that she is conscious.
The Earth Elemental is going to steal.
Ah, sorry.
Could I spend a DM inspiration to steal for myself then?
Yes, you can.
I'll go mark that off. All right, got one left. In that case, this guy's heavy hitter. I'm low HP. Don't want to risk attack of opportunity here, so I'm going to go ahead and spend my final 2nd level spell slot. I'm going to Misty Step. Has to be a spot where I can see, and it says I can see here. All right. So I'll just Nightcrawler Bamf over here. Then I'm going to see the dude who's been controlling the elemental here and just glare at him. And I'm going to just... And it's like you see the ethereal... He sees the ethereal purple energy just like radiating off of her. So I'm going to go ahead and target him, and I am going to go ahead and upcast Magic Missile to 4th level, and he is going to eat all of this.
He absolutely does. Because he takes 17 points of damage. And let's see if he maintains. He does not. The web is gone.
Yay.
It's like one of the nice things about be playing Baldur's Gate 3. It's like, oh yes, magic missile means several concentration checks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I did damage him, so that would give him the opportunity to steal.
You will take it. All right, Zodicus. He will steal. Okay, Zodicus looks to you. Let's see if he gets it back. He does get his teleportation back. All right, he's going to target the Lotus. Yeah, I'm scrolling back up to this ability. Is it still... He's attack roll before the end of
it's
your
still
next
to the
turn?
end of my next turn, so yes, he's still at minus a d6.
Okay, so he is going to make an attack roll against Lotus. Here we go. Okay. I don't even think... Minus a d6. So it's a 23 to hit Lotus.
Yep, once again, shield's not good enough, and that puts me down again.
All right, we see Lotus drop to the ground. Zodicus runs into the room. He's going to start blasting. He's going to target Avalis. Misses. Ugh. He targets Kalinanasa.
Yeah, that hits.
Let's see what happens. Minus a d6. It's now a 16.
That misses.
Okay. His elemental begins to turn and begins to walk after Lotus. And Zodicus points his hands out to you all in reverence as the elemental will make an attack roll against Lotus's unconscious body. Does a 16 hit Lotus?
16 gets it, so yeah.
So Lotus has 2 failed death saves. All right, and it makes one more attack.
Oh no.
All right, here we go.
Yep, that does it.
You hear a crunch of bones as Lotus's body is being torn apart by the Earth Elemental. All right, Maximinimus is fighting with Akia and Gaiman. Akia, Gaiman, Alicia, you heard a sickening crunch and scream come from the other room. And the wizard is going to see if it gets its transmute back. It does not. All right, it is simply going to use its arcane burst ability, but the melee version. And this is going to be acid damage. This guy can do it 3 times. It's going to attack Akia. Oof. Akia, you start to feel your face begin to melt. You will attack Gaiman. Missing.
That's gonna miss.
And then he will he would attack the flaming spiritual weapon, but it's not a target, not in this game. So he will go back and attack Akia one last time. Missing. All right, Akia, would you like to steal after being splashed with acid?
Yeah.
All
Yeah, I'll
right,
steal.
Akia.
All right. Okay. Akia's going to just ignore this guy completely. Hearing Lotus start getting crunched back there, and just walk away from him. And
Thank you, Carsafona.
Is that 23 for Akia?
That is for Akia. As you walk
Okay.
away, he uses his arcane burst to attack your back.
All right, that hits. Let's see. Kind of not all the way there. Akia will cast. Let me see how big this is. 10-foot sphere. I think I'm going to cast Shatter. I'm not sure how big it is. Let me check real quick.
Foot radius sphere. All right. We'll make some saving throws. The Earth Elemental is vulnerable to thunder damage. So it takes double damage from that attack. Oof.
If you kill him, though, that the elemental's gone if he dies.
Zodicus fails the saving throw, and the elemental crumbles to dust.
Akia just walks up, says, turn around, and just does that. Throws a little concussion grenade between them. I don't think I have a bonus action. No, I do not. I'll pass to Kalinasa.
Okay. She will look at, I almost want to call Maximilius, but Maximinus, and she will cast Eldritch Orb at him. Ooh, does a 13 hit?
13 misses.
Yeah, figured it might. And she will not target herself. She will move to not target herself. She will move to take cover on the other side of the sarcophagus and pass to Gaiman.
All right, Gaiman, you're up.
Okay. So he's pretty pissed off. Just like the vibe has changed to the room because of the screaming, the bone crunching. Like that's not normal within the party. And he's got this guy kind of pinned up against the wall. Would you say the whip could be used like in a choking manner, like wrapped around his neck and pulled tight, or would it strictly be like as a whipping motion?
Yes, you could use the whip to start to choke the spirit because of its magical attunements to it.
All right, I'm going to. In that case, I'm going to. Excuse me. I'm going to do that. I'm going to wrap it around his neck and start choking him out. Game is just getting angrier and angrier.
Absolutely. And as that happens, you destroy the spirit, and the spirit fades, leaving no spirits, but there is a crumpled-bodied Lotus left in the corner. I have a very important question. What does Gaiman do?
Gaiman is in a full-on rage. Just took the shit out of the wizard that set this nonsense in motion, but somebody else is also at fault here in his non-thinking state. And he's going to go up and he's going to attempt to grab Kalinasa and slam her down on the sarcophagus and just scream in her face, "What the fuck did you just do?" So I'm going to attempt to grapple her.
And Kalianasa, I believe you were attempting to be grappled.
Yeah, she'll go down on it, but she didn't say anything to him. She just laughs.
Okay. Is this more of a free flowing sort of RP thing, or is this going to be more?
If you want, she'll have something else.
No. I'm asking Orf because how we handle it is like I don't want to. I want to make sure we all get our turns. That's why I'm asking.
Well, I'm asking for the turn order here because Alicia has a turn, and I want to know: do you all have the ability to revivify Lotus? That's why I haven't drafted us out of initiative order yet.
Oh,
well, then he wouldn't have an action to grapple, would he?
He had a one attack to whip
Extra
and then
attack.
one attack.
Ah.
And Lex, I'm sorry, you got cut off there as I was asking you that. Do you have the ability to revivify Lotus?
I do.
All right. So, of course, you could probably run to her body in a minute. Her body only being 60 feet away, and then an action to revivify. So, as Alicia's turn is passed to, do we see this, or what does Alicia do?
A very frustrated Alicia sees this, heard the crunch, heard the yelp, heads over in that direction, sees Gaiman go to grab this lady. Does nothing to stop him on that, but actually does as a bonus action, 20 feet of movement, does move the spiritual weapon so that it hovers over her. No one says anything until I get back. And this heads over towards Lotus.
Alicia, as you enter the room, you just see Lotus laying there limp, and I imagine like the Flavium mask. You just see it just sort of like blinking out, just sort of like warning messages that you don't recognize this, but I'd say out of character. It's just sort of like the medical flat line, like. Doo.
Alicia, as you're running up to Lotus, you can feel, and Lotus feels, and everyone feels time kind of slow down. And you all can feel something very strange fill the room. Kalianasa, you can also feel this. Almost as if the temperature in the room has dropped 100 degrees. A ice block appears in the corner, filling this section of the room. 2 pinpoint of light appear within the block. And a voice from within calls out, "Are you saving my daughter?" The voice calls out to you, Alicia, from within the ice block.
They look at this. Sorry, I'm trying to process something in my head. Looks at whatever this entity in this ice block is. Yes.
Good.
What's it to you?
I do not want her soul damned to the 9 hells. Even I, frozen in a block of ice, sealed off from the other lords of hell, have heard of my daughter's contract. If she dies before it is filled, let's just say, we don't want that to happen. Save her, Do whatever you can.
I do not need your permission to do so, fiend. And we'll look away from them down to Lotus. We'll reach into their bag and grab a scroll of Revivify, and we'll use the incantation to cast that onto Lotus.
Lotus, you were feeling the cold reaches of death pulling you out of your body, and you are pulled back to life by this effect.
Now, I do have to ask, in order to bring someone back to life, the soul has to be willing. Is Lotus willing to come back?
She is very much willing. She's very much willing.
Okay.
Considering that, once again, she read the contract, so she knows the alternative here. So yeah.
I always have to be sure. It's part of the fine print. The soul has to be willing to come back.
All right, and as it does, you hear like the once again the EKG going boop, 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 boop. Now, do I regain consciousness from this?
You get 1 hit point.
You would be conscious.
All right, I lean up, and all of a sudden my breath catches like. Now, do I see him in the corner?
So, Alicia, you are looking over Lotus, and Lotus, as you look up, you see a dark ice block in the corner that wasn't there before. 2 pinpoints of light staring out.
So what the? Wait, are you? Dad, is that you? Her voice catches in her throat.
Good. He doesn't have you yet.
You have
And
a
you see
lot
that.
to answer for.
As he says that, the block of ice fades into the shadows, leaving only a cool pool of water on the ground.
It's like, and she actually dives for it. No, get back here, you son of a bitch!
Alicia grabs you by the shoulder and puts you on the ground. You should not move.
She'll take a deep breath and say, all right. Sorry to be making a habit of this, Alicia. This is the second time you've brought me back from the brink.
Where normally there would be sympathy, I think there's just a very neutral and frustrated look over everything that has occurred over this past couple of minutes. They do look down on you and be like, take a sigh. Yes, we probably should stop making this a habit. Just lie down and rest for a little bit. You have someone else in the other room that needs to answer for some things.
Yeah.
I'll come
Just,
back and tend to your wounds in a second.
And Lois will just sort of like slump to the floor, lean back against the wall, and after her second brush with death in less than a week, she'll take out a cigarette and light it up and just take a long drag and just think things over.
I'm not sure if Akia is actually here or not, but as Alicia's leaving this little room, they stop at this little passageway, turn and look at the puddle that's on the ground, furrow their brow, and then just continue walking. So what's happening over here?
Yes, what is happening over here in the other room with Kalianasa pinned to the sarcophagus?
So is big, strong, manly man done beating up on women? Or do you want to spend the rest of your life crawling on the ground?
You couldn't make me crawl if you tried. It's you popping out of this box that started all this shit. So talk, what's your deal? If you're a threat to us, I will end you.
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into a situation where we have...
Which is what it's turning into.
Yes. So, perhaps cooler heads prevail here for a second as Alicia walks on this scene.
Cooler.
Maybe.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm about to cast polymorph or incapacitate somebody.
Alicia does kind of approach and says, I don't know what this is all about, but he does make a very good point.
If you want any answers, you will call off your brute.
First off, he is a free-thinking man. He feels like
He is not thinking at all.
If he wishes to release you, he will release you. I will
If you wish me to talk, you will have him release me.
Gaiman, release her. If she tries anything...
Give me one good reason this slag got Lotus killed.
I'm sorry. Did I hit her?
All I know is you show up and then all bloody fucking hells break loose.
Do you have an explanation as to why these undead wizards decided to start slinging spells?
Yes, I do. But if you wish to hear it, you will have him back off.
Gaiman, please let her go. If she does anything, I give you permission to smash her.
You can try.
Akia returns to the room carrying Lotus. But Lotus is stuck in a box. OOC.
I was briefly concerned, like, I'm in a box, and I'm thinking to myself, a pine box?
She's stuck in a wall.
It's giving me like the
I
collision error when I
figured
try
as
to
much.
move.
Oh, yep. There it is.
There you go. Thank you.
Akia's actually straining a little bit because they look stronger than they are.
I think at this point, Gaiman will notice Lotus being brought into the room alive-ish, and he will...
You see the half-finished cigarettes
Step back.
like hanging out of her mouth.
And he will put away his whip, he will put away his shield, and he is going to get out Lucille, just in case he has to use it.
Alicia will wave their hand and the spiritual weapon.
Now, if you wish any answers, I expect an apology from that asshole.
You want me to apologize?
Oh, yes, male. I do.
She's a funny one.
Those will just sort of speak up like, look, let's all just take a deep breath, calm ourselves, and let's just discuss things.
She shows up, you get fragged, and then the rest of us aren't in great shape. So I don't see any bloody good reason to apologize for starting to ask questions in an aggressive manner.
I don't know if you saw, but I also got hurt during that battle because I was also helping.
Context is key.
You get nothing from me until you apologize, brute.
Look, this arguing isn't going to get us anywhere. Look, a lot of things happened, and I only caught glimpses of what was going on. And look, I stand up, but I'm not feeling too great at the moment. Look, I'm called the White Lotus. Please, let's... Can we talk? please?
She says something to you in a language that you probably don't understand unless you speak Netherese.
Oh, she definitely does not.
She looks at you and goes, I don't understand. You are covered in its writing. How do you not speak it?
She'll chuckle at that, and as she finishes the cigarette, she'll just sort of put it out against the wall behind her and say, that's the whole thing. You see, would you believe I read a wizard's spell book? It transported me back in time, and he etched, for lack of a better term, these onto me.
Wizards, always so tricksy. But I can read every word, every symbol. But I won't yet.
The wizard was the gentleman who called himself Time Bender.
Title means nothing to me. Men give themselves all sorts of inflated titles to feel important.
See, she gives you a look of recognition that says, like, know that all too well. But, you see, we came here, well, not here, but, alright, it's a long story, it's going to take a long time. Like, short version, we're trying to stop the Church of Auril, because they've taken over town. Built this giant statue to her. It's been messing with the minds of people. And the only reason we don't destroy it outright, because if we did, the resulting release of arcane energy would destroy everyone and everything. So we've been trying to find a way to mitigate that, and supposedly something on this, she just sort of motions to herself, is supposed to help with that.
Yes, I see the very spell that could help you.
Huh, good.
She crosses her arms, kind of leans back on her sarcophagus, and just looks at everybody.
The Church of Auril is a symptom of a larger problem that is occurring in Icewind Dale, an eternal night that has blanketed the region for the past few years.
Oh, he's a big guy.
I just wanted to test something. Okay. Quick aside, everyone. Just before tempers flare or anything is going crazy, want to make sure we're all doing okay. I know that scene got kind of a little crazy there, got a little emotionally high. Is everyone feeling okay? I know we had one character grapple another. There was some threats going back and forth. I want to check in with everyone real quick.
For the moment, yeah. Depends on how this conversation goes.
Okay. Because I want to make sure we're all on the same page, we're moving the scene forward, and we're all feeling in a safe space. Do we feel that we can operate from a position like that, everybody?
I'm feeling all right.
Feeling all right? Okay. Okay. So we will take a big breath. And sorry to interrupt everyone. There's no NPCs in the scene, so we will continue. Take it away.
Though, those speak up, it's like, though I feel, to put everyone at ease, like here, and as a gesture of good faith, perhaps you could tell us why you were imprisoned here.
I appreciate your overtures, but I have said my terms. they are simple.
In normal circumstances, Alicia would probably ask Gaiman to also apologize, but I think Alicia's also kind of pissed at the moment too. So I kind of find it hard if they were to try and play mediator as they normally would.
Right.
I mean, I ain't giving information for free. Take all the time you want. I am eternal. I can wait.
That doesn't sound ominous at all.
All
Creature
right.
that can live forever, trapped in a box by wizards.
Akia sort of shakes their head, and the lights in their eyes go from the red to the blue. And the processing of the looks like something's going on in their head, and their voice returns to normal, and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry that we interrupted your nap. Did you want to go back to sleep?"
Now that my captors are taken care of, I think I shall explore this world.
"Oh, be careful. It is very cold outside."
Why would it be cold?
As I said, the eternal winter. Sorry, eternal night.
So it is dark outside.
Very dark and very cold at all times.
And there is no sun to heat anything.
It is a complete collapse of the ecological system.
Odd. The Dale wasn't even frozen during my time. Okay, so it looks like we are at an impasse. So you have your friend. You can be on your way then.
Alicia moves over to check on Lotus.
Yeah, Lotus is looking conscious and pretty beaten up, but, you know, it's like, thank you, Alicia. It's just... How are you holding up?
Not good. I am upset and frustrated at not just the lady from the sarcophagus, but all of you as well. But those feelings will eventually subside.
Wait, what did we do wrong?
This
We came here to deal with barbarians and then we got attacked
We
by a
did
third
get,
party.
we did get attacked. I would have liked at least an attempt to see what was happening, why we got lumped in with all of this. But everything just immediately divulged into chaos.
I admit I would have preferred to have asked something of them, but unfortunately the situation warranted the reaction it did. But
I'll get over it.
Lotus will reach out and somewhat weakly put a hand on your shoulder, Alicia, and say, "Look, don't feel like I told Avalis, you're not here alone. You don't have to shoulder this burden yourself. We're here for you as much as you are for us."
Alright. Well, no more talking from you for now. Just sit there for a minute. And over the next minutes, Alicia is going to cast Aura of Vitality. So...
Nice.
Giggity.
So I'll start dividing this up. You guys can continue talking.
The group sees Alicia begin to heal Lotus, and this conversation is happening between Kalinasa and the others. Avalis has remained quiet. Does Avalis have anything to bring to the conversation here during this situation?
He's pretty uncomfortable with what's been going on. He doesn't know what to think about things, but he doesn't like the behavior that everyone's been displaying, so he's just going to kind of back off because of reasons.
Okay.
I mean, he already thinks the party is going, evil, and this ain't changing that mindset. I suppose maybe I should say something. Now is as good a time as any, now that things are a little quieter. Friends, companions of many trials and shared dreams. The time, unfortunately, has come for me to tread a different path. The winds of fate, like those that dance across the tundra, are ever shifting, guiding us to destinies we must each fulfill alone. It is with a heavy heart, yet with hope for the future, that I say my farewells. Alicia, beacon in the darkness, your quest to bring back the sun's light to the Dale is both noble and true. May Lathander's guidance guide your path and illuminate the shadows that linger in your journey. Your fight against the undead is a testament to your courage and your heart. Gaiman, the glaive, mighty warrior of lost tribes, I do believe that Tempest has found a fierce and loyal follower in you. May your battles be righteous and your victories bring honor to the memories of those you hold dear. Your strength is more than the might of arms, it's the resilience of your spirit. Akia, crafter of wonders, your journey is one of creation and discovery. May your inventions inspire awe and serve as beacons of progress in this frigid land. Your quest for knowledge and innovation is a journey that will surely change the world. Lotus, kin of dragons, whose heart is a battlefield of light and shadow, may you find the acceptance and peace you seek. Remember that the truest strength comes from within, and the hardest battles are those we fight against our own doubts and fears. To all of you, keep your hearts warm against the cold of the Dale. May your courage never falter, your resolve never wane. For our paths may diverge today, but the memories we forge will remain as enduring as the stars in the sky. I will go find Tristane and Red and Star Whisper, and I will seek out Sylvanas' will to right what wrongs we can and to bring balance where it's needed, to protect the natural world that is our home. Our journey will be one of discovery, of protecting our tribe, our friends, and our family. Farewell, brave souls. May your paths be clear, your burdens light, and your spirits high. Until we meet again under sunlit skies or amidst the twilight of the stars, remember, in the heart of the wilderness, we are never truly apart. And with that, he will start to walk out unless anyone says anything.
I'd say as you do, Lotus will approach you, and she will offer you farewell fist bump.
Yeah, he will kind of awkwardly return the gesture, not really knowing what to do with it.
And then she'll just give you a smile and say, I hope I'm saying this right. Sylvanas be with you.
And with you.
I shall let you go.
Hold on a second. So sorry. We all kind of have to, get out of here together because, the exit isn't obvious. Unless I'm missing something.
We do have to find an exit, yes.
Alright, well, I mean, you're not leaving us just that easy. Not to mention, I mean, what's all this? I mean...
I've been... He'll stop and let you continue.
I'm just confused. Everything seems to be going all right. I mean,
this has been weighing on me for some time, actually.
Oh.
I do feel you are all boon companions and friends, but I think we are on different paths, unfortunately, and I don't want things to get more complicated than they are. So I wish you success, and all of my prayers till Sylvanas will mention you all. I do believe that perhaps you can indeed return the light, and I welcome it, to feel the sun light up my face and warm me again. But until then, I will be with my brother, and Red, and Star Whisper, and we will forge our own path.
I don't understand. You welcome the defeat of Auril, or at least the return of the sun, but you're no longer going to help us.
I will still try to contribute, but no, I will not be journeying with you anymore.
What, was it something we said?
He looks at all of you and back to Gaiman. It is complicated. And it's really not complicated, so he'll roll deception. Yeah, Avalos ain't a liar.
Complicated.
Will you be returning to Dugan's Hole?
In the beginning, yes, just to make sure that my family is doing well and that the people of Good Mead and the Yeti of Dugan's Hole are trading and cooperating and not being eaten by the other, respectively. And then I will take my leave, yes. Probably going to the glacier to find what is left of my people. Or perhaps hunt a dragon. And he smiles at that.
Well, maybe heading in that direction at some point. When it is, not exactly sure.
When I see you again, I will welcome it and embrace you all as friends, as always.
You as well.
And let's see, does he have anything of note? I think he's gonna take Nimsy's cookies that he's had so long ago.
Fucking God's Dale.
Oh goodness.
And he's gonna give
Frozen
one
and
They're
Dale.
magical, though.
magic
Yeah,
cookies.
magical cookies.
And he's gonna give one to each of you, except to oh shit. I realized Atlas has been holding on to a Shardlin arrow this whole time. Would it have had any effect on him?
The Chardolin arrow,
Yeah.
because the bolt is probably too small, and
Okay,
he
good.
isn't an archer by trade. He hasn't been fingering that arrow for a long time, so
Yeah.
probably not.
All right. So he'll give each of the ones that eat a cookie, and I'll delete those. And then he will return the necklace that Akia gave and say, I return this not because I don't want it or that it is a gift from a friend, but because I have no more cookies.
No, you keep it. You killed it. You should take it with you.
I was
And-
hoping you would say something like that. And he will keep it around his neck, and he will, yeah. I guess that's it then.
Here, thank you for your words. If you would take these bag of seeds, maybe you can spread them somewhere.
I do. Are they plants, flowers, crops? What?
Specifically a bag of like leftovers that had no longer that they couldn't figure out what they were anymore. So it was like one of those trash bags of seeds.
Oh, okay. I will see to it that they bloom and grow once the sun returns, as a promise of what's to come. And I will think of you all as each blossom and spring into life. And you see the Eladrin, who has never cried in front of any of you, do the little silent Indian tear and walk off. I assume it exits this way, so we're just gonna.
I mean,
Gaiman does make a.
I didn't want to say anything, but you could just fly up.
Oh, you're right. He'll transform into a just a bird, like an eagle, a albino white eagle, and he'll fly through the hole.
Before you leave, Alicia will give you a hug and whisper into your ear, "You better go visit Michonne before you walk off into the wilderness. If I find out that you've broken their hearts, I will shine a beacon and find you."
He wasn't going to. He really wasn't. That was something I told Orpheus, like, this is really bad, but he's going to ghost her. But now that Alicia is kind of chiding him, he'll look at you, return the hug, of course, and whisper back into your ear, "Of course, I wouldn't." Another deception check. I wouldn't imagine it any other way.
Oh no!
Again, not a liar.
Alicia just looks at you, pats you on the cheek, and lets you go. In the corner of your UI, you see Alicia will remember that.
You'll ask Michonne. He will have gone to see her, but yeah, he wasn't going to until you said that.
Yeah, I figured.
She looks. Kalinasa looks up and goes, "Stranger and stranger."
You should also look for
Orph, am I still glowing?
Yes, while you are near these kind of this Netherese object, your armor has not stopped glowing, and Lotus's tattoos have not stopped glowing.
Why am I glowing? Akia seems to ask to the sarcophagus.
Kallias looks at you and goes, "You not want to answer, you're right."
Akia just looks back and forth.
You are glowing because the magic is Netherese. It is ancient, powerful.
Okay, but why am I glowing? Why isn't Gaiman glowing?
Would I know the answer to it? Like, I know why Lotus is glowing. Do I know the answer to why Akia is?
Akia, you remember that before this all transpired, you put your hand into the flame, correct?
Yes.
Yes. You were sparked by that initial magic. And then when you came down here, this whole place was suffused with ancient magics of the Netherese. So you know that half of it. Kalianasa. In Netheril, they had many automatons that looked similar to Akia, and their armors all glue in recognition to other Netherese objects as kind of a way of signaling, like, hey, I know where you come from. So you would know that potentially Akia here, his technology is Netherese.
She'll look at Akia and kind of study him, almost like what he does to people, and she'll say, "A being of artifice and arcane, a soul crafted by hands unknown. In my time, such creations were but dreams in a mage's mind. How wondrous the world has woven new threads into the fabric of existence. You are far more advanced than the automatons from Netheril. But the magic is related, similar. What you are seeing and feeling is an echo. Magic, sympathetic in nature." Now, I have answered more than I said I would, and I still wait my apology.
I'm sorry for waking you up.
Oh no, not you, Metal One.
If you're expecting an apology from Gaiman, you may be waiting for a while.
She'll turn to Lotus, and the any sort of kindness in her eyes and face is kind of gone as she looks at you and says, "Then good luck having someone transcribe what is on your body."
Well, this may seem strange, but you're not the first person we've awoken from a sarcophagus.
Then I hope she is, or he is, as magically gifted as I.
And I'm also glad that my boyfriend has mastered a dead language.
So even you rely on men.
Well, for some things, and I admit that Watto is better than most men I've met in my life.
Well, then we have no need of each other.
I wouldn't say that much. I mean, it was rather, as you saw, the situation here was rather dangerous, and even before we met you, there was quite a few dangerous situations we found ourselves in. And traveling alone in this region is quite fraught with peril, so It's ultimately up to you what you do, but I certainly wouldn't advise traveling alone.
Well, I do admit that, and she kind of looks at her hands, like her palms. My power is but a fraction of what it was before I was imprisoned. They have diminished me somehow.
All right, Miss Diminished. Do you know a way out of here? Because we need to leave, and I'm assuming since now you're awake, you need to leave. So,
Unfortunately, this place, this prison, I have never been here before. I was put here after my capture, as you can imagine. Or perhaps you require me to draw pictures. She says to somebody who has a higher intelligence than her.
all right, I'm. He's just gonna. He's no longer raging, so he's able to rationalize. Are there is there like doors here? It kind of looks like they're part of the map, right in front of where my token is.
Yeah,
Yes,
when
let
they
me,
were talking, I was gonna start looking down this passageway.
So as you guys start to look, these doors have long since fallen off, revealing the hallway beyond. You see that there is potentially a path to make your way back out of this chamber that will likely result in a skill challenge of some type to escape this place. As you look through, you see that there are several sarcophaguses around every corner. Does that mean potentially that new spirits will rise, new guardians, as you move deeper into this chamber? Or are you all alone down here with Kawianasa?
I'm not gonna lie, with all these boxes, I'm kind of curious what's in them. But then I have to remind myself, most cultures don't like it when you grave rob.
They do not.
I think we should take a rest before we try to move out. We all seem fairly damaged.
Yes,
Lotus, you died a little.
Yes, believe me, I'm certainly not happy that I've had my second brush with death in a 10-day, but I'll move in a little bit closer to Akia, and then I'll just sort of like speak softly, kind of whisper to you, like, look, I woke up and I saw my dad, like he just blocked Vice 2 eyes, but I saw him, he was there.
Okay.
I mean, are we sure it's safe to camp out? Not quite sure what her motivations are.
My motivation is to repair.
Right, I'm talking about what's her face over there, Little Miss Attitude.
If you wish for safety, I can guarantee it. I can cast a spell where no sound can pass through. The area would be dark and foggy, preventing any sort of vision. Divination, sensors, scrying would be prohibited. And nothing can teleport in or out. Even planar travel is stopped.
I can do
that's
that as
very
well.
Impressive. What are we gonna do? Jigs for it?
So Akia says, I can do that as well, and throws a blanket over themselves.
She just looks like completely.
It is the driest joke you've ever heard.
Because the blanket is bone dry.
Bone dry.
She looks at Lotus. She goes, "And you willingly travel with these people?"
Well, it's something I've come to appreciate in my years of mostly being alone, is that your family isn't always what you're born into, it's what you make of it. And as seemingly not quite functional as we may be, we've managed to survive thus far.
Kalianasa, can you see in the dark?
I can, and she'll kind of hold out, like motion to her robes, which have like you see like some eyes embroidered on them. Thanks to this, but naturally, no.
Okay. Nakia just goes and stands in the corner.
I would say, though, Kalianasa, it's like, if your passive perception was high enough, you would have made out the whispering, because she wasn't trying, like, too hard to hide it, since you were literally right there.
The passive is a 14?
I'd say with a 14, yeah, because, like, she was, like, literally, like, right there with Kia, so you probably would have heard that, though. You probably wouldn't have been able to make much of it.
So, Dragon. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
I go by, well, I guess I can formally introduce myself, and she'll hold her right hand out to you. I go by the White Lotus. And as strange as it may seem, I still feel it is a pleasure to meet you.
Is that a name or a title?
You see a little bit of an uncertain look on her face. It's a name I've given myself because of circumstances.
Very well. As you know, but I guess it's good to bear repeating, I am Kalianasa, Witch Queen of... And hold on, I have the name. A Witch Queen of Astoria. Which I guess you guys can make a history check if you want to know what Astoria is, because it's a canon thing.
Yeah, sure. Ooh, 23.
Oh shit, yeah. Or do you want me to tell them what?
Absolutely, please.
All right. So, Astoria is basically what was before the Icewind Dale. It basically Icewind Dale was formed atop the ruins of this ancient civilization that was Astoria, basically.
I guess what sort of flavor this is, like, probably like some time back, like some
way back, which
after
means
time.
Yeah.
After time, Pillow Talk with Watto, he probably would have like mentioned this because that's what he does. He just talks about nerdy stuff.
And you sense that she ain't that old. Like it's either symbolic or she's embellishing. Since you know what Astoria is.
Interesting. Well, I appreciate you being forthright about this, though you'll forgive me if I might be holding back a few things myself. I have, let's just say,
There's
something that
wrong
might...
with... Oh, go ahead.
I have, let's say, someone who might be looking for me.
Well, that is interesting. Many of us are sought. I find those with power are often sought out for one reason or another. Whether to be sought out as assistance and help as a sage, or she'll kind of motion to like where the specters appeared, or to steal because they feel threatened. But tell me, you, a dragon in mortal guise, your bloodline whispers tales of ice and fire. The dragons of old were allies and foes alike. Tell me, which are you to this world that has forgotten so much?
Well, I am many, many, many generations removed from true dragons. That being the case, though, their blood and, as I'm sure as you saw, their magic does flow through my veins. But it is only something I've ever I mean, I've only recently become accustomed to. As for this place, well, I'm not actually from here. I'm from... you're just sort of idly just look upward. I am from a place very far away from here, but I arrived here under rather unfortunate circumstances, but even so, the people here of Icewind Dale found me, nursed me back to health, and treated me as one of their own.
How uncharacteristic of them from my time. Things must have calmed or changed in the millennia.
Indeed, and
Well, I
as
will-
such,
Okay.
I feel partially obligation, but also just, out of, as cliche as it may sound, the goodness of my heart to help them as best as I can.
She'll kind of look around and turn her gaze to Alicia. She goes, "You, White Witch. Ah, child of Lathander, am I right?
Interesting.
The stench of it on you is almost unmistakable, bearer of the morning's light. In your aura, I see the dawn that breaks the endless night. How strange, yet fitting, that the servant of renewal stands before one reborn.
They're sitting there processing the words, especially what you just mentioned of renewal. Interesting that you went with witch. But I am a cleric of Lathander, yes. Alicia.
Galianasa. And she puts her, kind of hand to her chest and gives a slight, nod. And you, I guess, technically met Ophidian already, but they'll be back soon.
The Drake that you summoned?
Yes, he also was diminished, but we will recover our power in time. He has been with me for quite a while. He is my shadowed guardian, more than a mere beast or, companion. Born of bronze and made in the umbral essence of a realm beyond, well, most of your kin. He is a relic of the age I once ruled, a testament to the pacts and knowledge that bound me to the forces veiled in darkness. His form, wreathed in whispers of shadow, serves as a constant reminder of the power I wielded and the power I seek to reclaim. In the days of my reign, dragons were allies and adversaries, creatures of immense power and wisdom. Ophidian was crafted from this understanding, a bridge between my will and the arcane currents that course through the world's hidden veins. His presence is both protection and proclamation, a declaration that the Witch Queen's might is not so easily forgotten, nor her bonds to the ancient world severed.
Orf, would it be a history check to try and recall any mentioning any passages in
A history check to try to recall, and then
not being fully familiar with this region, but I'm trying to think if maybe something I've said multiple times, but like they've been the Candlekeep or some shit. Just trying to see if they can pull something from their memory of like what they've maybe a passing book or something like that?
Sure. Give us a history check. See if you can't pull something here.
All right, I'm really gonna be stretching, so I will cast guidance on myself like a good little punk.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't roll the dice. D4. 24. I'll let that go. 24.
All right, with a 24, I feel like you would have seen either a book or a scroll or a passing myth or legend that would give you some insight into what Kalianasa is speaking of here. I don't think this is going to totally take Alicia off surprise. And I'm answering a whisper as well.
Plus 10. That's weird.
For your history check?
Yeah, I don't recall my modifier being that high. I may have to look and see if my modifiers have changed anything. I know I at least have a plus 8, so it still would be like a 22.
I do see that you have a plus 10 on your sheet.
Yeah. There may be some other effects that are... Because I found some other stuff when I was looking through the sheet that were duplicated, so I'll have to go through it and make sure everything else is a wash.
Okay.
But yeah, it's still like a 22 or something.
So yes, as Kalianasa is talking, maybe there was a book in the Temple of the Thunder, potentially in Baldur's Gate, or maybe in Candlekeep that you saw or you referenced here in your memory that you're pulling some information on that you recognize this this topic that Kalianasa is speaking of.
Interesting. There's not much information on you, only very deep in some of the libraries of favor.
That's the problem when your captors want to bury all mention of you for fear of your return. Besides, anything you would have read would have been lies on their part anyway. They paint me as, this evil, power-hungry, mad woman bent on destruction of the Dale. As if their concerns meant anything to me.
I don't know if the cackling does anything to dispel those images, but I'll take your word for it.
Don't get me wrong. I do desire knowledge and power. But for my own purposes. Destruction. I could care less what the ants do around me.
All right. It's that behavior right there. Yeah, Alicia, I'm just going to sit over here. I don't trust myself to be part of this conversation.
The one smart thing he's done.
He does bring up a good point. I think calling the common folk ants is not exactly the best thing to say.
But it's true. Why bother with lies to make people feel better? The opinions of the common folk weigh less to me than sunshine. Loved, feared, worshipped. It's all the same in the end. Now you, she turns to Lotus. Ah, yes. I see what you're looking for. But you probably don't have what you need, is my guess. Unless you happen to have the blood of some sort of celestial being with you.
Well, certainly not. And she stops herself for a moment. Let's just say no, I do not.
Then you will probably not be able to take care of this statue. At least not with what is written on you. But find that, and I could translate the spell for you easily.
Are you asking for it because it's a material component for the spell, or, as you mentioned, is it something you need for your own purposes?
Clever of you. I don't put it past you to question me like that, for that is definitely something I would do. But no, it is indeed a spell component. See, and she'll look to Gaiman. I give you information for free. Oh, I'm sorry. Has the bad, wicked witch not proven herself yet?
Let's just say first impressions haven't exactly gone well on either side.
And that's interesting because I was not the one who threatened you. It was my captors, which, if anything, should prove I'm even more of an ally. If you wish, go ahead.
Yeah, it's like, you'll see Lotus take a cigarette out, she'll light it up, and as usual, just spend a moment in silent thought and say to you, like, I'm certainly no fan of imprisonment of any kind. I find in most cases it's less used for the punishment and rehabilitation of the imprisoned and more for selfish vengeance on the part of those doing the imprisoning. But
Well, I will say this, my liberators. I see we obviously stand at the precipice of misunderstanding. But know this, the chains that bound me were formed not for evil contained, but for power coveted. Those specters you fought, they feared what they could not comprehend, what they could not possess. So listen if you must to the tales of whatever they wrote down in your book. But ask yourselves, what truths can come from those who, in their hubris, sought to silence an era? Judge me by my actions, and I shall judge you by yours.
she will give a nod at that, knowing, of course, as a journalist, how important information and how people can use that for their own ends. So you do, maybe she doesn't agree with you, but you at least see a look of understanding.
I can tell you that I am no friend of Auril, and I have my own reasons for, let's just say, seeing her diminished as well. So, perhaps a hand extended, a tentative and wary alliance to forge, and in your noble quest, let my past and you converge.
Well, I certainly can't speak for the others, but I would be in agreement with that.
Then when we find the blood you need, I will decipher those spells for you.
Well, it'll certainly be a hell of a thing. As far as I'm aware, none of us have easy access to any celestial beings.
Alas, neither do I.
Would it be all right if we go ahead and finish the short rest and start exploring?
You guys want to take a short rest?
Yeah, I think that was the
Yeah, sure.
intention of sticking in this room for a bit.
Sure.
If you want, we can always take a long rest.
I think that may be a bit much in this area.
Yeah, I mean, I can cast that spell, but yeah.
I mean, you can cast it, but Gaiman will refuse to be part of it.
If it's Lehman's tiny hut, I assume then Orph is just chomping at the bit to fuck us over.
It's that. Not the
Private
hut.
Sanctum.
Yeah. Not cast, just, used there for, so I don't have to repeat everything.
That's a pretty good spell.
Yeah.
Think just want to do a short rest because it's still middle-ish of the day.
Yeah.
That's also true.
And we do sort of have people waiting on us.
Very well. Well, you have my word that I will not do anything while you rest. But wait.
That's a weird thing to promise, but okay.
I promise I won't do to you anything while you sleep.
Yeah. She summons water in little bowls for everybody and sticks her hand in there.
Or if it's okay if we complete short rest.
Absolutely. Please do.
I'm gonna roll some hit die.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. I guess while we're short resting, Lotus will tap the side of the Flavy mask and say, Flavy, send text message to Watto. Compose. Had a bit of a rough fight, but doing okay. Recruited a new ally.
Sending text message to Master Watto.
Another one real quick. Love you, kissy face emoji.
Sending love you, kissy face emoji to Master Watto. I know that as a unit, an AI unit, inside of your mask, it is not my place to speak on your social affairs or to the affairs of the party. Lotus.
Right. But I assume you're going to anyway.
You have given me permission. The situation seems very positive for the party's goals. You have met someone else who appears to have knowledge of the Netherese language. Perhaps we can seek their databanks for potential information on this celestial blood.
True. Alright. Hopefully we can gain their trust that they might be able to share such thing with us. Though, and once again, Flavy hears this because, she's just thinking of just like, though I guess seeing my father, if only for a brief moment, certainly hasn't done wonders for my emotional state.
Lotus, do I have permission to speak aloud to the party?
Just one moment. Kalianasa, I want to warn you, don't be alarmed, but my mask is going to start talking. She says not really sure how else to put that for you.
Yeah, not the first talking mask I have encountered.
Alright, and then she'll be like, alright, Flavy, you can speak.
Hello, everyone. It is I, Flavy. I wish to address you all because it seems that number one, I am meeting someone now for the first time. Hello, Kalianasa. I am Flavy. I am the mask on Lotus's face. I was created by the Illithids.
So the tentacled beast made something sentient. Interesting.
Your mention of celestial blood entered a search for me. I have begun to analyze my databanks on potential conversations and information points that have happened in the past.
And what did you find, Mask?
They will say to Lotus, "Shall I share that information publicly?"
It's like, yes, you may.
There have been mentions of a location here in Icewind Dale known as Grimscow, a ancient tomb castle built by frost giants. The potential for celestial blood seems to be high based on information collected.
I'm sorry, what now?
Grimscow seems to be a likely location to find celestial blood.
How do you figure that?
Based on historical records of it being built by frost giants in reference to their lord Thrym, the potential for celestial activity there seems very high.
Of course it does. Okay.
There is another option, if you wish, White Lotus.
Sure. And if you like, just Lotus is fine.
As you wish. I know that in the region there is a nethery city. If we had a way to float up to it, we could always explore, talk to them. Because you don't know Netheril,
Oh.
You
Lotus
got
will hear
some
that.
bad
It's
news
like,
for her.
you just see her grit her teeth. It's like, yeah, about that. The place that I went to where I got this all done sort of fell from the sky. Admittedly, it was only part of it, but I imagine that doesn't bode well for the rest.
Nether's magic is very powerful, but sometimes unstable. Some great cataclysm must have happened. Interesting.
It
Perhaps-
looks like there. Oh, sorry.
No, please, continue.
It looks like there might be a way out down that way. We should probably start walking.
Then lead on, unless you wish to shove my face back in my sarcophagus.
That is a weird request.
I thought it was an odd thing to do myself, but then again, I'm not from your time. Perhaps that is how a man treats a woman here. She's just doing everything she can to, like, push buttons.
Lotus, would you like me to scan at all possible moments to try to find traces of celestial energy?
Oh, sure. Anything that might be able to help us.
I will prepare scans and alert you when we are near celestial energy.
Nod, and then she's up here. She'll just sort of like grumble under her breath, and it's like, oh, it'd have to be celestial. The one time I kind of wish my father being a devil would have actually been useful.
Mm-hmm.
This seems to be the only way we can continue. unless there are any hidden passages inside of the other sarcophagi.
Doubtful,
I
but
think he,
she looks at you. Go ahead.
nah, never mind. And Gaiman will get up from where he was sitting on the floor and he'll follow after Kia.
Are these stairs up or down, Orf?
The stairs that you see appear to be traveling down.
What do I see in this room here? What is
You see 2 sarcophagus, and you see a small Netherese altar.
I don't think they're going to hide a staircase in the coffin. I mean, I could be wrong. It's just I don't feel comfortable opening up any of them.
Well, those were steps down. There's some more coffins this way.
If you wish, if there's an inscription, I can read it. Oh, sure. I offered knowledge, and it's dismissed so easily.
Kalianasa, aren't these simply tombs, right? So these are markings such as "Here lies" and "Rest in pieces."
Is there anything written in Netherese on, say, on either of these tombs or the altar?
The tombs do not appear to have specific incantations or writings upon them. From what it appears, the only way out is to take the passageway up the stairs.
Unfortunately, the names of whoever or whatever lies in here has not been recorded or remembered in history. Unlikely a way out is in any of these. The stairs are probably your best bet. Obvious, but probably the solution.
Unless we want to do some grave robbing. It seems that this is the only way to go.
Gaiman will draw his flaming longsword that doesn't actually do fire damage and use that as a torch to light his advancement down the step.
Right. Well, then, this is the perfect opportunity for me to grab you all. And Ophidian has been brought back?
Yeah, during the short rest, she would have resummoned him.
Oh, hey, boss. Sorry about staying quiet back there. Oh, my gosh.
Oh god,
Can you
that's the
believe it?
voice you go with.
Can you believe it? Immediately upon being summoned, I get blown up by a lightning ball.
Wait, do I hear that little fucking vulture demon prick?
This is in Draconic.
Draconic, yeah.
So,
Okay.
In that case,
I
Lotus
don't
would
hear that
understand.
because abyssal or something, and that's Draconic. So yeah, no, not the same language, not the same character.
Oh, hey, it looks like that board over there can understand me. Hey, how you doing, honey? He says to you, Lotus.
Lotus will raise an eyebrow and be like, "What did you call me?"
Honey, is that okay? Oh no, she looks mad. Why does she look so mad, Kalianasa?
Because you are being boorish again, Ophidian. We have talked about the manners. Or do you need me to polymorph you again until you remember?
No. Please, no. He starts to sniff the air. Are we trying to head out? Is that what we doing? Where are we heading?
We are going to explore the Dale once more. And treat ladies with respect, yes?
Of course, of course. I'll do my best, I promise. I'm looking at their dex score. Okay, you guys all notice he has crossed 2 of his fingers behind his back. Okay. Alice's gonna let me try food. As you begin to navigate the dimly lit corridors of the tomb, Damon's flaming sword flickers against the intricate carvings of the Snetheri's tomb. Ahead of you all, a chamber begins to open, dominated by 3 statues, each posed as if in middle of a battle. Silence fills the air. The weight of the situation begins to press down upon you as the only exit lies behind these statues ahead of you. You guys have entered into a skill challenge here. We are going to need to get past this room. 4 successes. And there are secret skills that could help you out with this. Yes, Matthew.
How big are the statues? Are they like giant?
We will say that they are each 15 feet tall. They are big statues. So we can roll it in here, and I will just roll as you guys look at these statues to decide your path here in this skill challenge. We might get through 1 round of this as you guys are trying to escape here. All right, Gaiman, you see these statues leading past the room you guys just came from, lit by your flaming sword. What action do you take to try to progress your party forward past this?
I would like to try a survival check and look to see if there's any disturbed dust or other signs of passage or movement or adjustment, in the hopes that perhaps somebody from the bear tribe may have gotten this far down into the chambers.
I love it. Give us a survival check. The DC of this challenge is going to be a 15. 15. Okay. Gaiman, you can make out in the dust, thanks to your skills as a survivalist, subtle footprints leading past the statues into the open doorway that they guard. You see that the statues, the path that is taken around them, you almost have to kind of walk in a very specific pattern to make your way around them. You tracking the footprints, you see that you have to kind of skirt the wall and not walk through the center of the room.
Okay, Gaiman, relay this to the rest of the party.
Okay, okay, we have 1 success. Alicia, Gaiman has shared this information with you here.
I'll do a perception check just to keep a lookout for any dangers, hazards, etc., etc.
All right, perception. Okay. And perception is one of the secret skills of this challenge. So with the DC being 5 lower, from a 15 to a 10, I believe that would make that a critical success of a success of above 12, giving you 2 successes. Alicia, as Gaiman is pointing out this path where you're kind of winding around the outskirts of the room, you see that you also have to walk on specific tiles in the room so that you do not set off any traps as you make out there. There are gas holes and needle trap holes all over the room that you can point out to everyone. Okay. Lotus, you guys have 3 successes here.
All right. I think probably she probably wouldn't know much of the language, but using what Gaiman and Alicia picked up about here for investigation, I'd say Lotus is like looking around for like any signs of like are there any like floor tiles that look like they're out of place, or anything on the walls that look like it might trigger anything, just to make sure that they try to avoid any more traps or anything like that.
All right, let's see it here.
17.
Absolutely, and coinciding with Alicia's check here, you can see that the tiles, even though that they are old, still maintain some of their original colors. So you guys can see from the footprints that Gaiman saw, the tiles that Alicia saw, that you guys need to walk upon only the blue tiles on the outside of the room to make your way past these statues. Otherwise, you will be covered in gases and needle traps.
And as she's pointing this out, all Lotus can think to herself is like, I guess Tomb Raider was actually right about something.
Tomb Raider?
Angelina Jolie gets it right once again. All right, Callie and Nisa, you are in your first skill challenge with this party. You see everyone is tiptoeing across these blue tiles around the outskirts of this room to make it past these statues. What do you do?
She's going to hopefully use deception to pretend and make it look like she's casting a beneficial spell to help everybody like keep their footing, when really she's just doing much of nothing. But maybe boosting their confidence, potentially, if the deception's well. It's a placebo.
All right, let's see it here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, Callie and Nisa, everyone, you see that she is casting some sort of spell to make your progress that much easier. I love it. I love it. Okay, so you guys are at... Would have been really bad on a nat
Oh,
one,
yeah,
absolutely.
would have.
Okay, Akia, you're the last one to go this round here, as you guys have, I think, 5 successes here. So, no way to fail the round, but I want you to see if you can put the cherry on top of this sundae as you're making your way through this passageway.
All right. I think Akia will try and look for maybe like a trap that's difficult to avoid compared to the other traps, and is going to try and disarm it with their thieves' tools.
Okay. This one would be especially bad on a nat one. Okay. You are able to disable, as you guys are making your way past the statues, the last trap, a hidden series of tripwires. That, if missed, could have potentially caused the statues themselves to fall down upon your group and smash you to smithereens. And with that, you guys have passed the first round of the skill challenge. You'll have 2 rounds left when we return next week in Rime of the Frostmaiden, so that we can escape this tomb and make our way back up. If only we all could just turn into birds and fly out like Avalis did.
I'm so sorry to everybody that may
That
be watching
motherfucker,
for
he just
Avalus's
flew off and at
departure.
us.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, everybody. Avalus is gone. Maybe you'll see him again.
Mhm. Hey, you guys know his goal. He wants to chase after that dragon, the white mistress of Icewind Dale, the ancient worm.
What up, big worm?
I mean, from
Oh,
what
gosh.
we learned, it's made its lair on that ship derelict, which is in the same direction as Grimskull, so we may see him sooner than we think.
Mhm,
Yeah. You may find him in a very bad state. Found the dragon.
Excellent. Well, I can see that there will be some growing pains between the group and Kalianasa, or maybe just potentially between Gaiman and Kalianasa, as they kind of have a conflicting personalities. But do we feel that as a group that the Kalianasa and Gaiman can come to an understanding with one another?
Ain't gonna be anytime soon, I can tell you that.
Mhm.
I got the feeling it
I
takes some work,
promise
but I
there
think
will
it
be
could get
no
there.
more PvP in the future. I
I
apologize. I was not trying to start a fight. I thought I was being creative with the role play at the time.
I get it. The problem is, like, two people.
But I shouldn't have touched another player, and that's my fault.
Well,
I'm
my
sorry.
only issue is I couldn't respond in character, because in character she would have attacked back, and I didn't want to do that. And so that was the problem, is she would not have let somebody grapple her, without a obviously appropriate magical response. And that would have then had a, hostile spellcaster game in, which would have then kicked off a fight with everybody else, and it wouldn't have been good for me.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, I mean, depending
So
on
that
what
was
spell
just,
you cast, that would have probably also been very bad for Gaiman.
well, yeah, I mean, it would have been, I think almost all her stuff was like wisdom saves, mostly because, spells.
Oh yeah, that would not have been good.
But no worries. I think she will realize that until she regains her power, she is at a severe disadvantage because she doesn't know this world. So she will have to put up with Gaiman and everybody else. So, friends of circumstance, exactly. Yeah. And I use that term very loosely, of course, Gaiman.
Oh no. Okay. Well, I like it, everyone. Well, I hope that you guys all have a good evening, and I hope that you guys have a good week, and then we will escape this. And I should ask: is the party's goal to go back into the cave that they just fell through the floor in, or you're like, screw this noise, we're heading back to Bryn Shander, we're getting the dogs, we're gonna go find some celestial blood, and we're melting a statue. What are your thoughts, everyone?
Well, it'll depend on where this exits to. If we're still within the caves, I may as well let's do it since we're here. But if it exits out somewhere, then maybe we just say fuck it.
I think I would like to go back in the cave just because there might be some answers for Akia, because they're like, why does everyone want to eat me? And it's kind of this. It does have a draw for them.
I'll be honest, I'm fine with going back in the cave if you guys are. Like, I know I'm mostly tapped out, but if I really do have to, I still have that Tensor's transformation scroll I can pull out if I need to, so don't worry about me too much.
I would
As everyone's
just
eyes just go to the boat, to the boat flute. They're like, we could always take the boat
on land.
on land. Why not?
Train on the water, boat on the tracks. It's a Family Guy reference. It's the episode where Quagmire and Peter create a folk song duo, and Peter, in his infinite stupidity, writes the song "Train on the Water, Boat on the Tracks" before he realizes that trains go on tracks.
But oh man, I love me some Family Guy. Now, Lex, what were you about to say?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, the Alpine Medical Insurance is sending you all an email saying you all have run out of your Revivify for the month, so do not die.
Oh God, no more death. No more deaths.
Well, I mean, I still have Death Ward for another few hours, so
True.
I'm good at least.
If it helps, I do have a spell called Seance that allows me to basically have a Speak with Dead equivalent, just witch themed. So we can, if someone dies, we can still talk to you.
Gosh, it's so fun. Okay, well, you guys all have a good rest of your evening. I've got to get going. I've got a coach in the morning. I'm making them do this. I'm so excited. We're going to do an ascending ladder of squats with 2 dumbbells and dumbbell jumping over burpees. It's going to be very fun. I'm super excited.
The fuck?
What the fuck?
I'm trying to picture that shit in my head right now.
So you put the dumbbells on the ground, and then
Right.
you do a burpee in front of them, and you jump
Right.
over top of the dumbbells. You turn around, pop back down to the floor, pop back up, and you jump back over them. It's going to be super fun. We're
Burpee
gonna go from-
ladders are evil.
I asked them today, should we go down the ladder and then back up it? And they looked at me and they're like, why do you do this to us? What's wrong with you? I'm like, well, if you played D&D, you would know. And then they get even more confused. Anyways, all right, Gal. You guys have a good evening. I'm out of here.
Thanks for running.
My pleasure, guys. Bye-bye.
And thanks everyone for tuning in. Catch you next time.